To begin this DIY video, I'm going to be showing you an old DIY that I made. And all I'm trying to do is change the look of this table that I made. And this is just a foam tube and a wood. When I was done removing all that I used for this table, I took it out and then I spray painted it black. When it was dry, I took it in and then I added another round wooden board at the bottom. And I'm trying to make a dining table. So I spray painted the outer sides black and then attached it to the foam tube. I'm just trying to mark the midpoint to guide me on where I'm going to be attaching the floral foam. I'll be holding the foam tube and the wood with corner braces. When I was done, I spray painted it black. These are the floral ring foams that I'll be using for this project. And before I go any further, I want you guys to see what I used this floral ring foams for. And this was a DIY project that I made some months back. In this video, what I'm making is a large wall mirror. And the link for the full tutorial video is going to be down in the description box below. This was a pretty straightforward DIY project, but then the main reason why I'm showing you guys a longer clip of this video is because I used Mod Podge as a protective layer over the floral rings. And then after the Mod Podge was dry, I then spray painted the whole thing silver. Now the only reason why I covered it up with Mod Podge was because if you spray paint it directly to the floral rings without protecting the outer layer, it's gonna have lots of holes and you don't want that because it's supposed to be smooth. So the Mod Podge, when it's dry, creates this protective thin layer over the floral rings that keeps it smooth. This project is so pretty, but then I did make another one that didn't really turn out so well. So the faulty DIY that I made before I made the perfect one is the one where I had to remove the floral rings to use for this project. So I cut them into two, and then I'm going to be spray painting the parts that are not well covered. And when it's dry, I'm going to be attaching them to the foam tube using a strong adhesive. Since I won't be spray painting anymore, I picked out the clear construction adhesive. When this is set, it's going to keep the floral rings tightly bonded to the foam tube. The height of this dining table is 30 inches. Now after I glued on the floral rings to the middle of the table, I then cut out strips of a bling wrap. And these strips are going to be attached at the top and at the bottom of the table. I'm going to be stapling them down, starting from where the floral foam stops and close to the outer edges of the table. I'll be adding a wider base to the bottom. I didn't think I would need this, but for the design to flow and look similar at the top and at the bottom, I will need a wider base. I'm going to turn this over and repeat the same thing that I did for the top. In order for this to look really nice and sharp, I stapled down the strips tightly to the wood. I'm going to cut off all of the excess and then use a strong adhesive around it to make sure that it stays in place. I'll be adding this metallic trim that I got from Hobby Lobby to what I just made. I'm also going to be adding gems to this design. I got them from Party City and they are card holders. I added some bling wrap on some of the floral rings. When I was done, I just added a mirror on top of it, and then I changed it to put a wider glass just to see what it was going to look like. And this can seat 3 people. Because the glass is wide enough, it can also seat 4 people. I really love how this table turned out, so instead of using it as a dining table, I decided to just use it as a table on its own with flowers on top of it that will be besides the stairs. This is how the other project, where I used the floral rings as a wall mirror, turned out. As I said earlier, the link for the full video is going to be down in the description box below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I have other home decor DIY videos that are linked in the description box below to check them out. And for those of you who have not subscribed to my channel, don't forget to click on the subscribe button.